Hey everyone, Greg Staley here, live from Leamington, Ontario. I just realized something that I feel is worth sharing with you here on this story. So breakfast is getting wrapped up. The crowd has diminished, it is fed, and it is on its way to go about their day. But one of the things that was missed here earlier with the crowd amassed was exactly where this took place, and I just want to show everybody. Sorry everyone, not very bright on the screen here. Let me flip this. So, as we can see, this is Member of Parliament for Chatham-Kent-Leamington, Dave Epp. That's his MP office, and just up the street there is the restaurant that defied the lockdowns. So, it happened right out of an elected MP's office for this area. They're finishing up here with the last of the crowd. Said a van died, and this is what you're seeing here is this crowd actually is amassed to help this gentleman with the van, try to get him off the road. So that's he's walking in, thank you. But for the most part, the crowd here is dispersed. Lunch is, our breakfast is pretty much done. They wrap up completely here at 2 o'clock. They will be closed for breakfast. So we're going to be sticking around here to see if police show up in around that time. As you see, lots of honking, lots of support still. But we'll see if we get any police presence that shows up here at the tail end now that the crowds have dispersed, which is kind of what I expect might happen personally. So we're just here. The crowd's died down, but still probably 30 to 50 people hanging out. And as we mentioned earlier on the live stream, there's another restaurant down the street that some of the people actually went to as well, so that dispersed some of the crowd. So yes, the other restaurant did open. I chose not to go in there with the cameras blazing just because just not the same type of crowd, but they are open for indoor dining. That's the Tortilleria place. Now it looks like a Saskatoon protest. There you go. So again, yeah, went up, checked out the other restaurant. So as a result of Family Kitchen here opening today, another restaurant in the area about a block away decided to open their doors for indoor dining as well. And popped over to verify that that's true, and yes, they are. They're serving indoor dining. But decided again not to take the cameras there because they kind of last minute did it, and I don't want to bring attention where maybe they weren't planning on having it. Thanks, Ruth. So I got a little bit of a charge. Lights are dim. Please show up here. Unfortunately, I will not be live streaming that just because I don't have the battery one, and I'm gonna have to concentrate with my camera to make sure I get that shot properly. But hopefully they don't. Hopefully police are deterred. Hopefully Canadians made it known how they feel today, and they decide not to come down with the fine as originally planned, as reported by independent MPP Randy Hillier from Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston. It's crazy. It's been like this the whole time. There's a guy, pickup truck, going down with a ripped up mask. He just dropped in the street. So he's dangling it out the truck to applause from the audience here, and dropped it on the way by. Food here smells way too good. So there's still a lineup. These people are still waiting to get in. And let's just say I don't think I'll be getting breakfast here before they close. They still got a full dining room, it looks like, and another number of patrons to get through. A lot of these restaurants are faced with either opening or going bankrupt. Absolutely right. Canadian Business Survey, 50% of Canadian businesses can't take on more debt, and many of them don't think they can go much longer than 3 or 4 months. A lot of them know there's going to be layoffs and things in the near future. And it was almost half said that they feared that government intrusion would affect their business in the next 3 months. So the government stepping in and different protocols they implement would affect their business. So about half were concerned there. Phone in for takeout. That's right. I probably should. And the group's dwindled down here. There's still a very, very vocal group here. Hey, Matt, welcome to the stream. Oh, wait, while you're right there. I'll live. There's a tortilleria. It's I verified it. They kind of made the announcement last minute, so I didn't want to show up with a live stream with 100+ people watching. But I did verify, yes, they're doing indoor dining about a block away from here. As a result, it sounds like, of Family Kitchen deciding to open their doors. Courage came from that, sounds like, and a block away they decided to open their restaurant for indoor dining. I went, verified that, and came back on the scene. I hear you, Ruth. Hey, Carlene, welcome to the stream. It almost feels awkward with the silence without horns now. Oh, did everybody hear in Ontario the most recent announcement? Reduced everything. It sounds like they're limiting big box stores to 25% of capacity. They're limiting groceries to 50% of capacity. So just things that will lead to more job losses. But that's the newest out of Premier Ford's government. Check it out on Twitter. Premier Ford just made the announcement recently, earlier today. So effective April 3rd, it sounds like. No, Jill, the police have not showed up. We're still waiting. They close here for lunch at 2 o'clock. We're going to be waiting around hopefully till 2 o'clock. Again, we won't catch that interaction on the live stream anyways, because if that does happen, I'm going to switch out cameras here. But it will be reported. It will be posted to Diverge Media on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page if it does end up happening. It's kind of what people were theorizing, is that they would wait till the crowds dispersed and then fine. It's just been a similar tactic. And quite frankly, if you put yourself in the police position, not saying they maybe should be fining people this way, but you can understand why they wouldn't want to show up to the crowd and do it. It's kind of like stepping into the lion's den, and if you didn't have to do that, you would avoid it. Yep. And I just see the gaslighting. That's your guy. She's been taught that this is the enemy. There's a reactionary component where people that have been attacked for so long attack back, and then they pull out the extremes on both sides, and then here we are. Yeah, a docile crowd is a happy crowd. That's right. Maybe not a good idea to be trying to pick an argument with 50 plus people on the side of the road, but not condoning the approach here on the other side. It's just you see it again and again. People are angry and they don't know, and they lash out. Just came from Costco. They weren't limiting anything. No line of sight, no social distancing, cash line to the back of the store. And they're giving vaccines to people. Yeah, it will be effective April 3rd, Paula. Check out Premier Ford's announcement. Yeah. For those in Ontario, Premier Ford made an announcement about further restrictions, capacity restrictions, just recently. Is it April 6th? They must have bounced it back. I just popped out the retweet. I thought I read April 3rd. Might have changed it within a couple of hours already. Actually, hey William, I'll look into how you can find out who's giving them out. But I was looking at them the other night. In our area alone, there's a ton of different pharmacies and places that are actually administering vaccines. We're quite surprised at the number too. Oh, so they're supposed to. Yeah, I didn't even realize the date. That's how I have to touch them. So they're supposed to already be doing this stuff. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. And I'll be vocal about the fact I don't think Costco should have to shut down either, but everybody should be able to open. I think Costco has a bunch of their locations that are doing it. Shoppers as well. There's a number of places in Kitchener that were handing, or not handing them out, but administering them. I agree. Everything should be fully open. People want to wear masks. They can wear masks. Protect the most vulnerable. Yeah, I could even say maybe we have screening for long-term care homes for visitors. We have a physician on site that can screen for symptoms, but the PCR test isn't doing any good. It is literal torture, in my opinion, to force the elderly who have paid their taxes and contributed to society to be constrained and forced to live out the remainder of their life in isolation. PCR test is in Ontario. So last I checked, should follow up on this again, but it is 33 to 45 cycles across Canada, 40 to 45 in Ontario, but average is 40. And of course, it was the creator of the test himself. He said not to diagnose viral illness with it, and Dr. Anthony Fauci of the NIH, who said anything over 35, you're picking up dead nucleotides. Minimal chance you're infectious, if anything. I don't know if anybody's it's the Ontario End the Lockdown Ontario Doctors. It's an organization. It's like End the Lockdowns Doctors, or for Ontario Doctor for gender. Can't remember her full name, but she's been very vocal. They're having a info session this Saturday, and the former chief, or former medical officer of health for Ontario is actually going to be the moderator at that event this weekend. So Diverge Media will be listening into that and reporting it back to you as well. So 1:30 almost. A half hour of these guys being open. Rebecca, welcome to the stream. Still no police presence, Patty. That is correct. Wasn't it? Yeah, you and yeah, you too. That is what I suspect as well. Yes, exactly. If you're nearby, you can order in for takeout even if you can't get in the building. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Yeah, you too. On the plus side, it's an absolutely gorgeous day today in Leamington, Ontario. Still no police presence, Rebecca. We're still waiting on that. They're supposed to have arrived at 10:30, 1:30. Haven't seen the presence at all. The honking you're hearing, though, has been consistent. Mm-hmm. As the one woman over there is working on my ginger tan. Yeah, I don't tan, I burn, and then I white again. I just peel it off and then it came back the same color. That's how I work. What's happening in Simcoe Saturday? It's the one counter protester here across the street. It's been here the whole time. Looks like maybe a pocket of, just as an example, your counter protest is 4 people. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, the other co-owner here, Broderick Visser, is a redhead and has to wear SPF 50 or above. He usually gets the children's sunscreen because that's the only thing that will actually protect him. And all I can think, I'm thinking about the counter protesters here, is it's gotta be a little disheartening to sit there on the opposite side of the street, angry, and just know that people don't support your narrative anymore. Not en masse. Man. The counter protesters, I mean, give them an olive branch. I guess. So for everyone that missed it earlier, I just wanted to point out, I didn't notice with the crowd, the Family Kitchen restaurant here is actually right beside the MP's office here for Leamington, in the area we're in. Get the no more lockdowns there. As an example here, that's Dave up, Member of Parliament. That's his office right at the tail end here. So he's hearing this too, if he's in the office. Well, considering crowd amassed at 10 o'clock, 9:30ish, 10 o'clock this morning, you still got another 50, 60 people still outside this building showing support. Seeing pedestrian walking by doing their job, mask around their chin, smiling. Seeing people in their cars looking out at the crowd here in masks, smiling. If you were watching the full hour and a half before, I mean, we've maybe collectively missed an hour here at this entire gathering outside of Family Kitchen, serving breakfast in defiance of the lockdowns. But we've been out here this long, and it's just been a nonstop flow of supportive traffic for the most part. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 people in cars. That's something nasty to say out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So everyone, if you're in the Simcoe area, Saturday, 11 a.m., farmers of Norfolk are hoping that you can be there to support them. They desperately need attention. The government needs the pressure on them. The crops are at risk. All right, everyone, I will be closing this out in the next 10 or 15 minutes. I will make an update if anything happens between now and the end of the lunch rush, or sorry, the breakfast rush. It is lunchtime now, or past lunchtime now. And I'll notify you of that, but probably another 10, 15 minutes here to close up the stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and getting an eye on what's really happening here in Leamington. Yeah. Forcing children to social distance and wear masks causes low self-esteem, lack of leadership skills, lack of social skill development, paranoia and antisocial mentality, conditioning children to become followers, systemic military communism style brainwashing to obey unconditionally. Appreciate it, Faye. Hopefully they reach out and get some information on what happened here today. Again, it's 12, 13 hours notice, 300 people out front here for breakfast on that notice in Leamington. It's not like it was Toronto. It's not like it was a big mega city hub. We're in Leamington, so it's impressive. And then the other Mexican restaurant that opened in Leamington, you're saying your hubby goes all the time for work, and today all tables are open. That is right. So we went up and verified that is Tortilleria here in Leamington, and they're open for indoor dining as well. All right, what do we got going on here? I see mask. I see high-vis vest. Not sure. Yes, and that's the absolute truth. For a small town, it sure sounds like a hell of a lot of drive-by support. And this is nothing compared to when the full crowd was here. I mean, it was to the point where I couldn't even talk. We were we're out there with you in Brantford as well, and yes, it is. Government and media would have you believe that the majority of Canadians support this kind of approach. They don't. Thanks, Keith. Yes, absolutely. Extremely important thing. Like, you know, the conversation we have on the Diverge Media elections, we often talk about the whole picture, cost benefit analysis. And, lockdowns don't work. That's what the literature says. And I'm referring to the Lancet. But even if they did, we're not considering the consequences of the lockdowns on tomorrow, on the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. Oh, you lost a bunch of taxable income? That's less tax income. Okay, we got to make cuts in the public services. That might be cuts to healthcare. It's, you don't have a job anymore, so you're eating worse food. You're now at higher risk of heart disease, which affects what? Healthcare. This is the cost benefit analysis I'm talking about. And nobody's doing it. And these businesses, they're basically being told, shut your doors and lose everything, or open up and we'll take everything. Um, not happening across the street though, but at least there's people that disagree having a conversation. That's what Canada needs right now. Don't let the politicians and media gaslight us into division and not talking about the topics that matter. So I was looking at, see, there's the vaccine talk here in the comment section. If you look up, I think it's called Yellow Card Reporting System in the UK, AstraZeneca, there was 100,000 yellow card reports, which is similar to VAERS, CDC VAERS, but 100,000 yellow card reports on the AstraZeneca vaccine out of the UK, and 30,000 on Pfizer, or 28,000, 30,000, somewhere in that number on Pfizer. And for people here in the comments section, if there's other events going on in Ontario, restaurants, businesses reopening, there's expected to be a crowd, and we'd like attention on it, reach out to us. It's you know, we're a small group here, small team, and it's a lot to keep up with. There's a lot happening right now all across Canada. The lady in salon keeping her salon open. I am not sure the name of it, but if you can send me the name, I'll reach out and I'll contact. Preferably not in the comment section, just because I might not see it. But if you can send it, direct message it at Diverge Media News or at divergemedia@outlook.com, that'd be fantastic. So we're 10 to 2 here. 2 o'clock's when they're set to close here for breakfast. I'll stick around for a few more minutes here and see, but likely won't be anything we witness firsthand today. Yeah, for a small town, it's a crazy amount of vehicle support. Hey, Daniel, welcome to the stream. Nope, by law, the police have not shown up. Yeah, we'll do our best to keep in contact with the family kitchen here. We'll reach out to them the next day or two to see what sir came of today. We'll follow up on that for everyone here. All right. Thank you to everybody for dropping in on the live stream. Gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna finish up. I got a few more shots to take. Will be edited. The video will be out for you tomorrow. But share this out. You let me know what you think. Do you think Canadians are for lockdowns or against them? Closing out from small town Leamington, Ontario. I'm Greg Staley of Dagger Media. We'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone.